What is up, viewers and subscribers? Welcome back to another live stream video from the DNA Football people. So, if you're new, please consider to subscribe. Please hit the like button in people. So, people, we're going to look at the Concacaf Nation Team Rosters 2026 Concacaf Under-17 qualifiers. So, we're going to pay mostly attention on two teams, which is the Jamaica and Trinidad. We could run through some other teams as well if we have the time, but we're going to pay more focus and attention on those two team people. So I will give my take on both teams and the 21 man squad of this moment, people. So hit the like button, subscribe, people. So we're going to start off with the Jamaica national team, where we have some selected players from unattached players who play in the Jamaica Academy and also the US Academy and also in Canada as well. So we're going to go through the names and give you the 21 players that has been selected for the Jamaica qualification round in this group stage. Because Jamaica are in the group of Group G, where they have Canada, Jamaica, Aruba, Cayman Island, and also for Trinidad on the other hand, Mexico, Trinidad, Barbados, St. Martin, and St. Martin. So definitely not a bad group for both team, and I think one team will be qualified out of each group, and think so. We look forward to the qualification round of the Concacaf Under-17 qualification, people. So hit the like button, people, as are coming in. So apparently we're going to look at Jamaica first. So Jamaica team now consists of 21 players. So we're going to give you the name and the clubs where they're at. So we have Omario Wright, which is a goalkeeper for Jamaica. He is at the club Toronto FC Academy in Canada. And we have Tyrone Bumbridge, which is unattached player who reside in Jamaica. The third player on the list is Jelani Bradshaw, which is in the Atlanta United FC um, ad, Adova US Philippines Academy, and Jadine Morgan Philippine Academy as well. That is a defender, two defender, one midfielder, and also goalkeeper. I read out these people. And also we have Jashawn Edwards, who is at Harborview FC, Jamaica. And the other player is Romain Henry, is Real Mona FC, Jamaica, and also um, Jamon Elite, sorry for the pronunciation, Real Mona Lynch, and then Jaheim Bennett in the New York City FC in the USA, and also Kelvin D. Brown, Harborview in Jamaica. And next one is ja, Jamarn Nolan in the Toronto FC Academy, and also Kennoy Banton in an attached player in Jamaica as well, and Dwayne Berger at the Waterhouse FC Jamaica, and also we have Kamal Motox in the Strikers Miami FC, and Raheem Kelly and in a attached Jamaica as well, and Rajan Mackenzie, Rajan Mackenzie, an attached player as well, and Lucas Anderson at Betis SC USA, that is in the US, and Justin Hales at in a at a attached unattached player, and Jordan Reyes, Joe Reyes in the Orlando City Academy US, and Kai Williamson in the Inter Miami FC United States, and Javan Foster in the in a is an attached player as well, and a player from Cavalier, Jaheim Gray, round off the 21 players, which is a goalkeeper as well. He's at the Cavalier FC in Jamaica. So, what we think about this selected players who got selected for the under-17 qualifiers, people, because we saw where a lot of attached players who has been selected, players who in Jamaica, mostly players from in Jamaica as well. So you could count the players them who played in the US and Canada academic also, but we haven't seen any player from in the UK. I don't know what these people who selected the players, if they have a problem with the UK based players, but I haven't seen any UK based players in this selection, people. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think this squad is good enough to bring Jamaica in the under 17 qualifiers in the group of of Canada, where they have to play Canada? Canada is a real unbeaten team in these phases. So more than likely, we don't know if these players is good enough. So let me count the players them who actually playing in the US and academy, the US academy and the Canada academy. So we have 1 year, so which is a defender. We have one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually, 8 players who are residing in an academy in the US and Canada as well, people. So you have 2 there from Canada, only 2, and the next one is a defender as well. So moving forward, if they could select these players in the starting level, I think they will have a very good squad. But not a bad squad, but I think that they fold them up at too much of players in the homegrown. These players are coming out of schoolboy football. I don't think most of them are properly developed, and definitely so. I don't know, but let me see what happens in the coming weeks, because qualifier should be kicked off very very soon. I think the next 2 3 days after. So let's see what happens. So you could give your take down below in the comment section on these selection of the Jamaica under 17 boys qualification. People. So I don't know. We're not gonna say much because I don't know most of these players. We have to just watch them and see how they perform in this group stage game. But when we see how it go, then we could say, all right, them is good enough, or they're not good enough. So we're moving on now, people, where we have some other rest of team. They have a team like Nicaragua, a very good team too as well. I don't think they have any player playing outside of Nicaragua. All these players reside in Nicaragua. I don't know what are their plans, but they definitely always had a very good team. You know, and Panama as well have a lot of players who reside in Panama and unattached players. So everybody are using players unattached and all these other things. Not a problem with players who play unattached, but remember you're coming up against some players who definitely go into semi-pro and pro in this time, and they are in an academy, very very experienced academy. They learn about football very much. So it's just sometimes where the kids them at. So yeah, sometimes you have kids who is an unattached player, who haven't go through the process, who haven't go through any developmental aspect, and they're going into a national team to play against some very experienced player, and that going to be a trouble for some of the team as well. So we'll see how it goes still. We're not beating a player, you them are the future, but it's the people them who selected these players at the end will always be the problem. All right, people. So we're going into the Trinidad Under-17 roster squad, where I think that what Trinidad has done right now, I think that they are not moving in the right direction in my word, in my own opinion. I don't think Trinidad is moving in the right direction regarding to players who could have been selected for the national team at the under 17 level, because I saw where they got in some players who come to train and represent for the country from the some UK based players, and they haven't made the cut. And I wonder why though they haven't made the cut for the last picking of the Trinidad national team. You see me, people? So I don't know if some not a bias thing or some not a thing. And I have been taking a lot of notes and watching this academy football club in Trinidad as well, Cox Football Academy. I think that they have been around for the last 37 years. And I don't know who is a developer, I don't know who is a coach. I had to do some more research to get some other more details about this coaching, because I think they're coaching players from age 3 to 17, which that is a very good developmental pathway to get the right preparation and right developmental aspect of a young grown players. So if this is the way for them, I think Cox is doing a very good job, and I have to commend them on that. Other clubs as well in Trinidad as doing some good job as well, but I don't really know of them because they have been stated here. So you have Club SANDO FC One Trinidad. So most of these players may be coming from the club as well, but Cox as well. I did some research on them and thing. I see where they're coming from and where they're heading to. So they have a couple of players who got selected for the under 17 national team, and I saw where they are doing some good development. So I'm not beating them as yet, because remember some other local players who should have been in the squad, they haven't got picked for Trinidad to be got under 17 team. Some UK based players. So I want to know why these players haven't got selected. Is what they hasn't good enough. So I don't know. But let me go through the Trinidad 21-man squad for the qualification of the under 17 men's teams, people. So we have here MIKHAIL CLEMENT is at Cox Football Academy, that is based in Trinidad. He's a goalkeeper, and also REAGAN ROWE, and it at City FC, and also Sebastian James Cox Coaching School, and also Antonio Hill at Club SANDO FC One, and JAYLON Roberts at the Cardinals Football Academy. So definitely a couple of these players in our football academy. So at least they're getting some very good developmental teaching. But I don't know the coaches who beyond this. If it's some very good experienced coach who qualify to really develop players, because you have to have some very good qualified coaches to coach these players, because is what they learn from the young is what they're going to bring out in their future coming up. And maybe if it's not a good coaching or not a good teaching for them, they're going to be a failed developmental players. So it has to be some good educational coaches beyond the scene of these academy that are resided in Trinidad. So let's hope that it's that way. Not an unprofessional coach who just pick up some youngsters and coach them and don't know the real aspect of how to coach a youngster. You understand? Because it take a lot to coach youths as well, people from a tender age. So we have Jermaine Daniels, Union Hall, Trinidad, and Donovan, no, Josiah Theo, Theophilus, Theophilus at pre-series Trinidad, and Donovan Darrington is an unattached player, and MIKHAIL Watkins is an unattached player as well, and Finn de FREITAS is a City FC, and also ADASA Richardson, Cox Football Academy, and Jalini Stoughton is an unattached player as well. Adriel Fury is an unattached player as well, and also Kenick Glasgow is an unattached player as well, and Christine Pitt is Simosco County Rovers. What's her name? So this is in the Canada as well, and also Kenya Richardson at World Class FC United States, and also German Nathan at Shiguanas North. No, not him. City FC, sorry people, and Nikosi Moore at Shiguanas North, and also Shiguanas North Secondary School, right? And Antu Lucius and at Fatima College, and Akil Vesper at Cox Coaching School, and also last but not least Levi Williams at Inter Miami. So apparently people, they have couple overseas coach and also not coaches, players. Big up the people in the building. You see me? Bless up Marvin Ferran, Princewood, likewise, big up yourself. And also Mark Alan Barrett, big up yourself, bro. They are no Richard give me a deal with. Big up, man. We just run through the squad of the Under-17 teams. You see me? There's a local coach bias, bro. Yeah, they definitely did, because what has been happening with the selection of the players, it's not looking good. We're not beating any players who is in attached. Is that with a club, an attached player. But definitely you have players who come on the side to practice with the national team and they hasn't get through. So it haven't looking good, and I think TT is following Jamaica in the same footstep of selecting of players. Mexico will beat us 5-0. Minimum we are losing to Peru 7-0. Mexico is way better than Peru. Yeah, definitely. That is what I say. So those two practice games that they play against Peru, brother, it's definitely if those are the players that they're going to use in these upcoming games, Trinidad have a lot more answer to figure out this because they're not going to go through, you know. So that is a squad there for Trinidad people. Definitely 20-man squad. And yeah, let me check the players who from overseas, from US, Canada. All right, you have 1 year sub from Inter Miami, and these players who is at Cox coaching school. I don't have a problem with that because I think that they're in a good facility, and they must have a good coach who teaching them to be a very good young talent. So I'm not really beating these coaches who have the academy. They must have a good facility. You see me? So we have 1 year. So we not count the local one. We just count the players them who got picked from overseas, which is the US and Canada. So you have one from Inter Miami, which is Levi Williams, and you have 1 year so, which is Kenya Richardson at the World Class FC USA, and 1 year so in Canada, which is Christine Pitt. Um, he's in Canada, County Rovers, Sim Simcoe, Coe, County Rovers FC Canada, and also that are 1, 2, 3 players, and also you have up here so ever see any more yet? No more, no more, no more, no more, no more at all. There are a lot of unattached players who got selected for this squad, and this is the thing, now, people. We always say this, over the years. We have been taking notes of the qualification round of the players who got selected, players who are available at heart to really bring the team to a next level. Well, Jamaica, I don't know as yet in Richard Green, but the squad selection, not too bad. I think they have about 8 or 7 overseas US and Canada players who got selected for the Jamaica squad. And I could go over it and tell you who's the name as well. And there are players from Jamaica, from Mona, from Cavalier, from Waterhouse, all over in Jamaica. You have players coming from. So me not really beat no player because I don't know. I never watched them as yet. So I have to see what will happen. You see me? We had US based players come down from Reading and Southampton for and Crystal Palace. Under-17 coach say overseas players have no first touch. Jesus peace, really? I would have liked to hear the interview with Dana Princeton if he really said that out of those nonsense out of his mouth. Me'd have liked to hear that because there's no way he could have said that about the youngsters. He disrespecting the players them who coming out straight out of a world class academy. No, this coach is crazy. Watch and see what going to take place in this qualifier. Mexico going to beat his ass off. Watch and see. Mhm. So it's from the other day I want to touch on this topic too, because I saw the squad drop and I said, no man, it don't look good for Trinidad plus Jamaica. So I just really pounce up more on Trinidad team because we saw where UK based players came on the side to train and a practice game with the squad and they haven't make it out. And I don't see why and the reason why and God earth why these players hasn't made the cut. Not even one players. You know? Talawa TV, what go on girl? Big up yourself and a happy Monday to you, my dear friend. Hope all is well with you and the family. Yeah. So people if you haven't yet known this channel, please go and give it a subscribe. Talawa TV always I do some good work. I put in some tremendous work and appreciate her work at all times. Yeah man, big up yourself, Talawa. So I don't see where on God earth where these players couldn't make the cut. Not even two players don't even make the cut for Trinidad under 17 teams from the UK based players. Come on man. This coach here wanna really make a very bad decision, some drastic decision of not selecting these players. I think I said it already, and I think that Trinidad are making the same step in the same way Jamaica makes some very bad decision of selecting players. It's like it's a friend thing and biasness. It's like we don't want the country do good because there's no way you could have these players coming in and you say that these players control are good. It's not a nice thing, and I don't like that. You understand? Because we we as a national team, we're going in competition to win, not to compete and try to showcase. No, it's not about that. You need to get the best players and get them and check. And having these attached attached player, a lot of attached player who got selected, who don't even have a club, who maybe coming out of um schoolboy football, and that is not good enough. You understand me? So where they make some very bad decision, they're going to be hurt on this because Trinidad will not make it out of the group stage. Believe you me, people, it's going to be difficult. And this coach that they have in there too, he have no sense of experience and exposure at his name because he's coming from the local side. So he need to do better and think what he do because see yesterday the under 17 women's national team has get trash from which team again they play? Forgot the team where them play, but they get destroyed 7-0. You understand me, people? And this is embarrassment to the young girls. When the game finished, the girls are just crying because I think they play their best out there, but it's just their best wasn't good enough because the other team was more dominant. They are very good at the ball, movements, passing, and more comfortable on the ball. So I think that the coach don't have an answer, and most of these local coaches that the TTFA pushing in into the national team are just not good enough. And they keep doing this over and over. Every year we're constantly seeing this happening with the national team. Jamaica doing it as well. So I think Trinidad are making some bad decision of making some bad stride. I feel like local coaches are good enough to coach and coach a national team. They are not because when you check other teams and background and what they have been achieved, other coaches as well, when you check them background, these coaches have a license. The qualification is extremely high. So when you as a local coaching, having coach outside the country, have gained a lot of experience, and when you meet upon these coaches, you're going to coach out of the game completely. These teams going to destroy you because these coaches have more tactics. If you come with a tactics and say, all right, they're going to sit back behind the ball, they know how to break down you, you know. So I think that moving forward, these these people in the Jamaica Football Federation, the TTFA Federation, they need to get in some experienced coaches to coach these youth because using these local coaches are not good enough. We're seeing this happening time and time again after this keep on happening. And what happened? They haven't make it because see last year I was doing games in the same under 17 team. They just needed 1 point to go through the knockout stages, and they didn't get it because they lost out, because the coach didn't have any strategy to really work a way in to try even get a point, even a draw. And this is what we are always talking about. So these coaches are just not good enough. When are these people going to learn? Is either they're going to keep putting these youngsters on the pitch, failing them continuously? It's not going to work out. It don't look good. Chorus, big up yourself. Where are you, bro? Go ahead. Yeah, man, big up Tala. Oh, only Dominican Republic and maybe Curacao, I will say, doing quality things on the Caribbean side. Well, me not take out because Curacao I gonna rise, Me tell people, me say that in a lot of live, Curacao going to rise at every level, because you see this World Cup here that they're going to pump that money in all stages of football development. And me not ask, and me better adapt them out, because this will motivate them to move, go further and step up the ladder and get the best out of the players that they could get. Dominican and on the other side, they're doing well on the boys, they're doing all the girls at every ages. They're doing fantastically well. So if me look for Dominican Republic, right? Let me see if where the players is coming from. Let me look on them list. Dominican Republic. I don't think they have a lot of players playing outside the country. Nicaragua is one of them hasn't have a lot of players playing outside the country. Honduras. And also Honduras as well have a lot of players from the US and also in Honduras. So I tell you, let me see. Dominica. Alright, Dominica Republic, alright. Yeah. So let me see now. I have a whole heap of players who play. Only one and few players who play in the US. And let me check. Yeah, 1 year so, which is a goalkeeper in the US. And also US Academy, Players Developmental Academy, and also Spain. Spain this, and also so are those three players who plays in the US. Most of these players are playing in Dominican Republic, and I think RC Espanol that are in Spain too as well. They have players coming from Argentina. So me I tell you, Dominican, they're doing very good. In developmental aspect, they are doing fantastically good. So they have players playing in Spain, US, Argentina, and most players coming from the academy in Dominican Republic. So I tell the people, these teams going to rise and outshine and step up the ladder further past Jamaica. They're going to pass Jamaica. They're going to pass Trinidad, because these two countries, Trinidad, Jamaica, are not doing that. It's like we're not the same basket. We are doing the same thing, because the same thing Jamaica did in the past, and they still now in the present doing it, is that they still believe that the local coaches is good enough of making. I'm not saying other teams, quote unquote, not using their local coaches, They are using them, but they are more educated moving forward in the right direction, because when you check their resume and where they coach, where they're coming from, you definitely see that they gain a lot of experience, and they come back and imply that with the youngsters. You see me? So Jamaica and Trinidad are moving in the same boat, in the same direction of not doing the right thing. And Trinidad, they have they have certain amount of time to finish off with these things. But I think that where Trinidad should have make a mark and show that they're coming back from a 5 year normalization, and without football playing, open back with a new TTFA, new president, new everything, but yet still they're moving in a different direction, just like how Jamaica did. And this is not the right way to go at it. We actually keep on saying this over and over. What are you guys doing? What do you believe that this is the right way of moving forward with using local team? You know how it feel for these youngsters, for the young girls, the young boys who are representing the country, getting trashed 7-0. You can't even score a goal. You know how disrespect that is to that is to the youngsters and them. I am not blaming the players because they haven't picked themselves, but these people who are in the head and who are picking and selecting these coach or the coach who are selecting them, they're just not good enough. You understand me? Yeah, 80 all 80, 80 all 80 good in every department, bro. Every department, 80 always a perform. 80 never drop them guard, no time at all. Mean saying that Curacao are aiming to be the number one number Caribbean country for football, and they will are their way to cementing that we have work to do. Exactly. We definitely have work to do, Talawa TV. We definitely have work to do. And I'm telling you, you're right. Curacao are aiming high because remember, they have the luxury, can get players from in Netherlands, and if that their way to go at it, they're going to go at it in that way, in that direction, and get the right players them in. And this is why they qualify for the World Cup. There's no doubt about it. Why these country qualify for the World Cup, because they are moving in the right direction and they realize this is a loophole for all Caribbean countries to get in players from all over in the world who could represent the country either from grandparents or whatever the case may be. You understand? So I don't understand all these people who are in the organization Jamaica and Trinidad who are not wising up, who are not watching what these other countries are doing. Or they're not understanding. I don't get it. We're going to constantly fail these youngsters over and over before y'all get it right. Come on, man. I need to do better. Well, we'll see. All right. Franklin, big up yourself. Where do you go? Blessing. African in the building, likewise. Big up yourself. Bless up, man. Thanks for joining the live stream. If you haven't yet hit the like button, people, do it the like button. No, most of the pass through. That's all right. Jamaica and TT are in the same basket. Yeah, definitely they are, brother. And it's sickening to just watch and see what is taking place with these people and what they are doing to the football. It's not looking good. It's just not looking good. Because on the TTN people, I can't believe 5 UK-based players came in to practice or having training with the team, and not even one of them the coach the pick. I don't believe that. I still just don't believe it. I don't believe it. So Jamaica moving forward. Richard Green, you always come in a delusional self in that. What you Jamaica moving forward where? In what direction? Brother, Jamaica now do the right thing, so all them for move in the right direction and moving forward. They now do the right thing, bro. Yeah, Jamaica not do the right thing. We would not first scrappy goat and try go through in a playoff World Cup. We would have been there already. And that me I tell her, if you look back about 3 years ago, TT beat El Salvador 5-1 in the woman under-17, and yesterday they picked up 7. JA will picked up some some tonight. Frankly, young, me not deny that, I would deny that because I'm for sure, you see, 3 years ago, you said TT beat El Salvador. Just to show you where El Salvador was and Trinidad did at a level, and they just break down. So now these teams come back up and rise and get in some position. You see me? It's ridiculous, people, and it's embarrassing to the nation. If some people don't see it that way, yeah, I don't know when y'all going to see it, because this is very much embarrassing at every level. Because when you check the Peru game, because I never watched the first half, the first leg of the Trinidad versus Peru, but Trinidad play 2 practice game against Peru, the under-20 team, you know. Under-17, sorry. The under-17 team played 2 games against Peru, and the first leg ended 6-0. And then 2 days after, they played them back in a second leg. And it ended, what, 7-1, I believe? Correct me if I'm right or wrong, people in the comment section, because this is embarrassment for a practice game. This is definitely embarrassing to the youngsters and them. And these are the players who got selected into the 21-man squad for Trinidad to play against these top level teams like the Mexico and other teams who are in their group. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up at all, people. At one point in time, I was watching the game. It's like Peru just, oh boy, I can't bother. We're not getting a challenge from Trinidad, so we could just walk through this thing here, man. And the man just definitely walk through Trinidad to be a national team. I can't believe it. People, you have to sit down and watch a game because there's no competition against the Peru team. We all know that Peru have some quality players as well because they're in a developmental aspect and things. So more likely they're more better. But there's no challenge, there's no compete. It's like Peru just I hope that the game just blow off at about 50 minutes in the game. That is the way how Peru was playing because there's no way Trinidad was having control over the game. I mean, I like to hear this coach interview and what his take on the game, the 2-legged game that played in that friendlies the other day. I would like to hear his interview because I would have blamed him because if in Concacaf say, he see some differences and he see some good preparation and match building, I would have blamed him because there's no way on earth the team was playing like a team or they was performing. Bro, I see in same team, the same players here who got selected for the 21 squad are them players here going to play into the qualification. So what you expect? And these other teams are more like higher level. The Mexico is more higher level than the Peru. And Peru is just a little bit beyond Mexico. So I would like to know. I don't know still, but I will watch a game and see how it go. Yeah, man, big up the people in the building. Do the like button. Oh, I see the glass. Glass half full while you see it half empty. Well, all right, Richard, good. No problem. Continue. So, big up yourself. Big up the schoolboy players versus Euro base and MLS. Next pro, TT is no match. Definitely. Me know on TT support you is a Trinidad then, and you just have to tell the truth. There's no match. Base schoolboy football players, them you are pushing a team and thing. Unattached player, we don't even have a academy attached at the name, never play professional football. And them players I don't believe in us so. I don't know. Jamaica has 2 wins and a draw for so far in the girls. And well, Jamaica have a tough game coming up. Honduras top the group stage. Yeah. So me not see Jamaica going to beat Honduras. Honduras have played a very good ball game. You see me, Richard Green. So me not play delusional like you and say Jamaica going to beat Honduras. British Honduras. Sit down here, my youth. Well, if you continue to say overseas players don't have no touch, then let we see if these unattached players and players who reside in Trinidad have touch, because I would love to see. You know, I would love to see that. You see me? But what we are gonna say? What we are gonna do? You have to work with it and watch what them do because them might make some bad decision, moving forward, and things. So it don't look good. And when we check the ratio people, it just look as if that TT are following a Jamaica footstep sharp, sharp, as I mentioned before. Because this is what they say, the same thing, the same problem Jamaica have been doing over the past few years are the same problem, are the same thing Trinidad doing as well. People you can't make this up. That's something we see over the years. We keep on saying it. We keep on saying that these local coaches are not good enough on any level at all. It's just that you're putting these coaches to get experience. And this is not the right way to get experience because you are going to embarrass these youths and think Central America countries, Costa Rica, Honduras, El Salvador, etc. These countries, there's for huge male, female, them, most of their team players in MLS. Yeah, and if we go through some of the players who got selected for the team, most of them playing. When I check these Central America, as I mentioned, some of these players are playing overseas. You understand? Overseas, and plus they maybe have a one and two good academy in El Salvador, Honduras, and them thing there. So it vice versa. But remember, them have a good coach. A good coach will go through the coaching school, everything, achieve a lot. Not two win and draw you are talking about. We're very, very embarrassed when 5-0 when Honduras beat the same team 13. Hey, frankly, no, me not listen to Richard Green, because Richard Green kind of a bit delusional, and him feel like him this big nationalist of Jamaica. So he's like say yo, him see the truth and he just believe say yo, still believe say Jamaica gonna win. I still believe say Jamaica gonna beat it. But when you could see right through the mirror that Jamaica doesn't stand a chance of playing these other teams and beating them. So I don't know where you're coming from with his take and sight that he watching. But let me see still, let me see what will happen. You see me? Curacao team, So it's Curacao team, yeah, where most of these players who reside in Netherlands. Bombard star. You see me telling the people? I'm glad me dep on that one. Curacao. The man them have players only playing in Netherlands and Curacao. CVV Inter Williamstead CUV. No sir. I don't know what that place is still no. So there's no players for Curacao or in the UK or in the MLS or in Canada, whatever the place. And they have what? How much unattached player this Curacao team have? I see 1 year so at CUW. One player, one unattached player. The man them having a them play. Them have players from PSV, from Central, Juvie, and FC Utrecht, Netherlands. Yup. I tell you, Costar United. No, Sea Stars United. Athlete. Yo, Curacao now play. Curacao are getting players, man. From Netherlands right through. Not just players Central America. The coach go to Spain and Europe nation and gain knowledge. And that is it. That's what I've said. Wait say you switch up your water now. Wait say stop your foolishness. Wait say you ask question. What is the question? They say they have 3 players from PSV and final. Yeah, so I tell her Curacao, I got the good man. They might be the next upcoming team as a national team. I got to do great at all levels. At all levels, they're going to do good. Let me just watch it, man. The Curacao team and players from Netherlands, man. You understand? Yo, six team, yeah. We are putting some good work. These are the teams who are putting in some very good work and addition players to their team. They're not playing around. These teams are not playing around, you know. These teams are just doing the right thing and do the necessary, you know. So when we as a Caribbean country are not following some other Caribbean country who's putting some very good work at this level, that means that we're going to be back at time. We're going to be backwards. I only see the score. They have 7 points from 3 games. I thought that was good. That wasn't good. That wasn't good, Richard. We have one more game, which is the last game against the top team in the group, which is Honduras. If it's a girl they're talking about. Next Nation League and Gold Cup, Curacao can make semi-final and quarter-final comfortable. I am not disagreeing with that. I definitely feel that they could, because you see this World Cup qualifier going to push them in that direction. A lot of momentum and I believe going to get in. So I'm not saying that they're not going to, because they have a very good team and they're very good on the ball as well. There's no matter the team that they play, they still a drop ball. They still a build the ball from the back. The Curacao team, they still building the ball from the back, good moving forward, defensive. So may I tell you, them are the good. Me not doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that. Say Curacao not going to do good in Gold Cup or Nation. I wouldn't doubt it. You know? And these teams going to pass out Jamaica. So remember, people, we said this already, or I'll say it again. These teams going to be ahead of Jamaica. You see the Curacao, the Guatemala, the Honduras, El Salvador a little bit. They're going to pass out Jamaica and Trinidad if they don't do the right thing. Because these people are skidding. They're just not doing the right thing moving forward with the national team. And they're going to continuously last out and playing catch up. They're going to continue to play catch up. And the ranking level, while losing games and are not performing, you're going to drop below. Another team is going to pass out these other teams. So may I tell the people, it's rough. It's rough. The rough on these two countries that I really respect, Trinidad and Jamaica as well. I definitely respect these countries, but I tell you, it don't look good. It just don't look good to where they're going at right now regarding to the selection of coaches and players in the national team and all of these things. How much team in one zone? All right, you have some team of 4 teams, Richard Green. If at the girl qualification round, you have some team of 5. You know, so the four teams, then you know them are gonna play 4 games, and maybe the 5 who have 5 maybe play 5 games sometime, 4, whatever the case. You understand? And team, but a one team will qualify automatically, and then the best third place are the teams that who have the most points and whatever will qualify into the knockout phases. You know, but I don't know Jamaica's thing because they are at 7 points already. If they win, it take them to top first spot, which is going to be difficult against Honduras because it's not going to be an easy game against Honduras. I tell you, because Honduras keep dropping some big score against the other opponent in the group. All right. I'm worrying about the Jamaica under 17 and under 20 Riga boy squad. I just hope we make it to the Youth World Cup. Well, I hope so too, Marvin friend, but we have some other issues with the team. We definitely have a lot of issues with the team. Because when we look through I go through the under 17 squad, boys already. And look bad still, because I think they have mostly MLS, US, and Canada players who are playing in academy. They have any US based players in that setup. The rest of the team, the rest of the team is from Jamaica. So we don't know how the starting level will look. I don't know if they will use these players or they will use mostly homegrown players in this. So we will see still. And I will keep you all updated anytime the squad drop, starting level, we're going to do games as well and that as well. So we're waiting to see how well they're going to do. Yeah. I don't do one of Curacao game in the FIFA series. Curacao versus yeah man, of course. If I'm available, I definitely will do it because I like how Curacao play. I admire them from a while now, from when they're coming up in the Gold Cup and the performances against Jamaica. I definitely admire Curacao and I like how they play, the style of play, how they perform. Yeah. I definitely will do games on them, man. Of course. I just want to keep up to date with them. Games are coming up shortly. But if I'm available, I will definitely do it, bro. No problem. Um, if they don't win, they can't go through. And that is it. They can't go through. They have to beat Honduras. They definitely have to beat Honduras. You know? And this so it's going to be very much difficult. You see it? On the FIFA series game and FIFA Plus. Eh, so them a company FIFA Plus channel. Alright. We keep keep an eye on that still. You know? I mean, I don't know if I can do all like game, but definitely I will do for Curacao, as I mentioned. I will do for Trinidad and thing. Jamaica not in it, so them have them qualify player for player. So you know that already. But may I tell the people, it just not look good. In the spot and the position where these two countries at, where a lot of people are looking for Trinidad and Jamaica to reign as one of the main two Caribbean countries them beyond 80 because Haiti always dominating at all ages. Anytime 80 um enter any group stage, anything, they actually playing good. And now they went at the World Cup. And if you check the 80 team, they don't have no players playing in 80. So we can't make up this thing here, bro. So just to show you because we already see what happening in 80 right now with the crisis and all of this bacchanal going on there. It's all madness going on. So all of these players who they selected for 80 who resided in US, Canada, whichever place they're coming from, they get in them players and they have the selection and the squad right over. So I'm telling you, with Haiti going to the World Cup is a big, huge achievement for Haiti. It's the only thing that this thing is happening in Haiti, so need to quell. You see me? Because Haiti always do good on every level, and they always bail out the Caribbean countries on a whole, quote unquote, because them and Curacao, that's a Curacao and the Caribbean, yeah, who bail out the Caribbean, which people were looking for Jamaica and Trinidad as one of the two teams who as main staple team them in the Caribbean as people have as say oh these teams can go to the World Cup. They went there already and all these things. And they haven't done so as yet, you know? Just have game versus big bad Cameroon and Australia. Yeah man. Yeah, wait for them game the man. Same thing with Curacao. Zero domestic player plus 80 league is based in Dominican Republic. See that? Just to show you, just to show you where they're going. Because we don't understand. With we as a Caribbean country feel that say the homegrown players them are the way to go because maybe they are looking at it as that can make money off of these players if they're attached to a club or whatever. We could make money off of them. They own. I just have to look at it that way, now, people, because I don't see no other way where they will they will have to just say, all right, we just do it out of good willing heart and thing for the players and for the country. We don't see that. They just do it for them own benefits. It's not about qualifying for no World Cup. It's all about the ego and pockets. And I will agree with that 100 Markalan. Definitely. It's all about them ego and what they have to gain from it. Because if they didn't mean for the country and the qualification round of Jamaica in the World Cup, they would have picked the best players and they would not put in unprofessional players mixed with professional players in the squad and allegedly tell coach who to pick and who ready come and watch these players because these players have some raw talent and thing. I don't know why these people continuously doing this. And I realize they're failing and they're just hard for them to see because their mind just lacking in one spot and they just cannot see outside of what in Jamaica. Bet say if a lot of them can leave the country for even for 6 months, they would have see the world as a different place. They would have said, no man. I said go. I said really go man. So that means that me there Jamaica, whatever. Me last. You know? But they don't understand. Then just feel to say at Jamaica, if we get players on we won't go and play, yes, are the right way, and we have to move from in that way. No, it will not. And then just keep embarrassing themselves. And it's like these people are not ashamed because getting embarrassed at every levels and you still feel that like every year when the qualification round come around, you're still doing the same thing. So that means you're not learning. Your brain is stagnant. Yo, you can't even play at home and the World Cup. Imagine that. Just to show you, they're not playing at home and they don't have any homegrown player playing inside 80 got recruited, but yet still them still can qualify for World Cup. People you can't make up them something here. Never, you can never make up anything there. And we know as one of the two main staple in the Caribbean country are going after each other and we are doing the same damn thing. That's a Jamaica biggest problem is coaching. We always saw this. We always said this. We always say this now, Richard. We say that from a mile, bro. We see this from a mile. I don't know. Long time we see this. But when we talk about it, they don't believe it. Because every minute they want to push in all local coaches in the national setup at all times. If you check all the levels, who are the coaches them? Senior coaches. The 21, no, the 20 and the 17. Who are those coaches? Local. And those coaches have no experience. They just maybe do a look at one batch and maybe have a B license or whatever the case, but no experience. Anybody could get a license. If I even me, I could even go do a B license or a C license and get it. So me don't know what the license really recognize or make a difference. You know, I see the mighty Dixon barely playing in the EFL League 2. Yeah, man, Dixie are struggling now, man. We don't know what's going on with Dixie still. We will get it right. We will get it right, just as we did in track and field. Yeah, you feel so? Not with these people at the end of this organization, Richard Green, Jamaica will not get it right because over the years, last 5 years ago, Jamaica do the same thing over and over. Come 2026, they will do the same thing already. So when we are gonna learn, when we are get it right, me not see we are gonna get it right with these people at head of the organization. The only way I think Jamaica could get it right is to get rid of these people. All of these people need to resign and left the football and just forget about it and make other people run the football. That's the only way. But it not gonna work out. Adidas I pull out as a sponsor just now. Well, unlikely, likely to happen. Likely to happen still because Jamaica now got only thing Jamaica was shine, in a big World Cup you come out, you don't even I go to the World Cup in a soup group and all of these things. I said the license is very important. Yeah, it's very important just to show that you are a B license coach. But what if you could get a license and don't have the ground experience or even exposure? What do you think going to happen? When you come up against experienced coaches who already go through those stages and you haven't yet going through those stages, what do you think going to happen? You're going to have a mind freeze. Your brain going to freeze because when team are come out here, you don't have a tactical approach of stopping them. What do you think going to happen? So I'm not saying the license is important, but it important for sure the FIFA that say you pass their requirement to coach a team. Maybe that is a part of it more important, but experience pays a lot and goes a far way. You understand? So I am not saying that the license them not important, but having a license is one, but not having experience and to coach a team are the next. So there's a lot of things to it, brother. So don't get it twisted, man, isn't it? But I'm looking forward to this under 17 qualifiers, people, and the both teams, Trinidad and Jamaica. I'm looking forward to them. See what they will make out of it. If this coach could prove me wrong or prove the mass wrong who are not really supporting him on this selection for the Trinidad team. I hope he prove me wrong still in the Prince. I tell you, I hope he prove me wrong because I definitely think that the way you go at it is not the right way. That's very important, but overall experience will always beat qualification. And that is a fact. And this is what I said. It will beat them because if you are going up against a coach who have the same license as you and him have a lot more experience than you, he will beat you because he maybe have more strategical plan and some tactical approach of beating a team who are not in that kind of capability. So it always going to be like that. That's it. But I tell the people, that's one of them things there. Cuba. Cuba, we now put Cuba to bed in the people because Cuba doing some very good development at each level. I think they're doing good in the girls and they're doing good in the boys under 17 as well. I think this Cuba team going to run up in this qualifiers because I think the under 20, I believe they went. I think they went out at the group stage in the World Cup qualifiers. If my memory serves me right, I think at the under 20, the Cuba team, you know. So Cuba going to run up in this thing. So them are El Salvador, Curacao, Cuba, and Belize. Cuba in Group F. I think they're going to do good. I definitely feel they're going to do good. Still as it. Are there players playing in Cuba? Every players here are playing Cuba. Aha, brother. Come on, go. I don't know if you pronounce them damn in there, Spanish. Most of them player playing in Cuba, man. They look that way there. Oh, I could support a coach who this player at world class academies. Can't support that Princeton for true. Because I never know that he said that, and Franny came out. I just haven't heard any interview with him, and they need to do an interview to hear what his perspective and his take on these two games that he this is disastrous performances against Peru. We need to hear what he had to say, man. You need to hear what he had to say for true because he was never good. He wasn't good. Our player could be a Reading FC and Crystal Palace academies and have no touch. That me not like for no thing, cause when me mention that first in the chat, Prince, me I wonder, if you're really serious or if you really tell a lie on this one, because there's no way you could have players who playing at these levels and say these players don't want to touch. No, this is totally lie and bullshitness. So make we see. Make we see still because in a believing of the player them and in him already have him agenda. This coach have him agenda and say, all right, he might use some of these players to gain some recognition, even get even a buy to go overseas and all these things. So maybe them have them agenda, isn't it, Prince? At that, Really fun. Aspiring football coach can go to a GC Foster and get world class training and produce world class talent. As they do in track and field, we can improve despite the difference. Brother, me understand what you said they say in Richard game, but you can't mix the track and field with the Jamaica and JFF and whatever because they are two total different governing body. You understand? And running is more like a different from football. A little bit different, although they still have the technical aspect about it, their strategy, their mindset, and how they have to think about preparing and go out on the field and perform. So it's basically a little bit similarity, but it's a two different sports. You understand? So I'm not beating say, the court regardless if a coach even go a GC faster. GC faster want to develop coaches who do running and all them things. I never see them develop no coach come out from GC faster and as a footballing coaching. I never see it still. But if you know of it, let me know. I never hear of it yet. The schoolboy coach is fully done, bro. They say they're fully done. Oh boy. Them coach man they just feel like to say them win one title, one schoolboy title, and they feel like they on top of the world so them can beat other teams out there. They might get a shock of them life. They will get a shock of their life. Because coaching at that level and coaching a national team who require a lot more from what you achieving at the schoolboy level will very much diminish your chance of even beating an international team. You will never and you will not. If you win one or two games, that may be good enough. But when you buck up on quality teams and educated coaches, then you're going to be failed. You understand? So let me see still. Because this coach in just feel to say that is the right way for him now. That's it. But people don't know, no? That's the point. GC Foster has to be able to do that. And that is the thing. Maybe they're not doing that, and maybe they just feel that they don't go want to do it on the track and field side. I understand? Because that is where they even make the money out of and what the money that generate come back in the country from the running, because Jamaica earn a lot from the running over the years, where Jamaica was dominating on the track and field. So it's just that they have the right coach, because I have to take my hats off to these coaches who develop these runners. I, I have to take my hats off, because these coaches who develop the Bolt and the Asaf and all of these um runners from before, the Ilian them, the Shellyan and all of these runners, you know, and even before them got developed, and it's in Jamaica. And a lot of people were coming from the United States to come Jamaica and go school here, develop in other things. So in those times, Jamaica was dominating the track, you know. But now we lose it because of maybe the organization, the AAA, the TTA, or whatever they want to call it, are just not doing the right thing, and they're changing governance body and all these things. Mhm. Well, I don't know if these coaches who are in the schoolboy football, I don't know if they're good enough can produce quality players. Maybe they paid produce one or two players, but to say they could produce at a full level and matriculate themselves moving forward with the team, it's kind of a bit difficult, because it's going to take a lot for you as a coach at the schoolboy level to even coach some of these players, because remember when they start to play at grade 7, where at a age 13, so they kind of pass a little bit of a developmental aspect at a younger age, and maybe these players learn off of their own sometime, so sometimes they have late blooming, and they're just not performing, you know. And the coaching have a lot to do with that too as well. Is it? We still dominate in track and field. Well, I don't really see it still right now, Richard Green, because the last Olympic and the championship, I think we haven't done fairly well in that department, in the track and field, which is a sprint area. We haven't done fairly well as we expected, but I I congratulate the runners who participate in that and thing, they did fairly well as an individual runners, but when I check the tallies and medals, I don't think that Jamaica did fairly well in my eyes, you know. So as I say, go, Jamaica not really on top right now, because if the our sprint race, yes, I do my research. I was watching the championship, and I was doing videos around the championship too as well with there. So I don't think Jamaica is number one still. I don't believe so, because we are lose a lot of sprint race, and the 4x1, the 4x4, them runnings that we used to dominate. We not dominate them the thing there again. And boys and girls, they really dominate. But that are the 100 alone. We always do that like in a 1 and 200. In the boys and girls too as well. That is dominating. And they eat up all the medals them from the sprint area. But we are not doing that. So getting it in 1 and 2 not really make a big difference. And Samaji, not really make a difference, dog. Mm. Of course, more track and field. I did watch track and field. Yeah, I watched them. Hurdles as well. But I wouldn't say we dominate, bro. We don't really dominate the pitch. As we would have speak say we mash up the thing. Oh no, big up yourself, big up brother. These things that we always dominating on boys and girls. We always dominate the 200, the men 100, and more one and few in the 400, 4 by 100 meters, 4 by 4. We always dominate in all these areas. I say that is what is on the airwave right now. Owen. I don't know. You asking a question that still, but me no know. I say Bale Kadamachi, Rancho Rottingham. Well, Sheffield United really are go down, so that is a thing. 100 meter from in the blue. In the blue ribbon. Oh my. I don't know about that still. But in the last championship I think we did fairly well still. Yeah. We got people in the building now. But people, we're upon them verge of ending the life still. But we'll not go already. So recap, we go through the two um thing there. National team roster, the 2026 Concacaf Under-17 qualifiers for Jamaica and for Trinidad. We basically base our topic around those two national teams, where we name out the players them at the first part of the live, and also we give our take, and people chip in with their thoughts and thing. So those are the story we talk about as well and thing. So this are the link. Yeah, the info for Kadamasi. Well, that wouldn't be a bad move for Kadama 3 now, but because he at Sheffield when he ain't getting any play time, you know? Is it? I'm glad he could make that move still. A good look to centre forward. It's a £1 million move. Wow. Small money still. Small money. But because remember he at a club that on the verge of going right down, man. So and he has been playing regularly. So maybe all of that too. His form has been dropped. See it. But wonder if he might get picked for the senior man national team though for Jamaica. You feeling can get a pick Owen? You feel like he can make the squad? Because I don't see any continuity with this national team in these two playoff games. I don't see any continuity because if you see where the squad rounding off to right now, you could really believe that they're going to bring in some different players who hasn't get picked or hasn't played for Jamaica for quite some time now. You know, so I don't know. I just watch it because me don't have no beliefs. We don't have no confidence of Jamaica making it out. Well, me don't know now. I don't know if Whisper move. Me I look if any news break. See nothing at all. I see no news break for Whisper still. I see no news. I see nothing. I see no transfer come up still. I see no. Nothing about that. Them people are just got this call love chat man. Somebody else company there and chat. Hmm. So people, I don't know, big up on the damn self. Thanks for the people who pass through. Do the like button on the way out. Oh, you know when you're late, silver. Big up my brother. You always tuning in. Richard Green likewise. Big up yourself. And everybody who pass through. Prince, Sanson, Franklin. Everybody, big up on yourself, I'm out.